Hello and welcome to today's regional workshop. My name is Ross Blake. I am the president of Beta Lambda Mu, and I am working on my bachelor's degree in cybersecurity at Lone Star College. Lauren, you're muted.
My name is Lauren Parker. I am Vice President of Service for the Beta Lambda Mu chapter, and I am a criminal justice major.
Ricky, are you there? Maybe he's having technical difficulties. Aisha?
Hello, my name is Aisha Khan, and I'm the Vice President of Records for Beta Lambda Mu, and I'm currently working on my Associates of Science.
Hello, my name is Ofisu Chimisi. I'm currently a member of the Phi Theta Kappa chapter of Beta Lambda Mu, and I'm currently studying an Associates of Science at Lone Star College.
And we'll see if we can get back to Ricky later. So now we'll hear from Beta Upsilon Nu and their officers.
Hi, everyone. My name is Alexandra Flores. I am the president for the Beta Upsilon Nu chapter, and I'll pass it along to Jacob.
Hello, my name is Jacob. I'm the Honors and Action Chair, and I am a physics major. You can go next, Kelsey.
Hi, my name is Kelsey. I'm the communications officer. It's nice to meet y'all.
Good afternoon. My name is Tony Gamage. I'm the Vice President of Leadership for Alpha Gamma Zeta. And I am presently majoring in human and social, is that right? I twist it all the time. Social and human behavioral science.
All right. As we don't have that many people here, does anyone else want to call out who they are, where they're from?
Hey guys, I'm Ashley Winslow. I'm from Alpha Gamma Zeta as well. I'm the Vice President of Scholarship, and I'm also your guys' District 4 Vice President. So it's good to see you all here today, and I'm super excited for this workshop.
Ricky, did you get your computer to work?
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. I was trying to get into the tech building and I was running around campus. They locked the side that I came from. But anyways, my name's Enrique. I go by Ricky. I'm the VP of Scholarship for Beta Lambda Mu, and I am studying biochemistry.
Okay, does anybody want to shout out where they're from?
I'm Brandy Lewis. I am District 5 Vice President, and I'm excited to see your workshop today. Thanks for putting this on, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Does anyone else want to go? All right. Well, this is the PTK 101 and 5-star chapter plan workshop presented by Beta Lambda Mu and Beta Upsilon Nu. Beta Upsilon Nu. So whenever somebody joins Phi Theta Kappa, or before they join Phi Theta Kappa, my spiel to them always starts with scholarships. Show me the money. People always want to know, well, what am I going to get out of it? So there's $90 million in scholarships available to people that go to two-year colleges. There's $35 million in transfer scholarships. So that means when you're about to transfer to a four-year college, there's money for that also. So, but don't forget to think about the scholarships that you can get from the colleges that you're going to transfer to. So who can get these scholarships? Pretty much anybody that goes to a two-year college can get these scholarships. So if you're a transfer student, if you're a career tech student, dually enrolled, nursing student, veteran, if you're working on your associate's degree, if you're working on your bachelor's degree, if you're working on your master's degree, other scholarships and other scholarship resources are available to you on the Phi Theta Kappa website. Here's a pro tip for scholarships. When you're asking for the letter of recommendation, do it early and ask it from somebody that you know well, a professor that you've communicated well with in the past, one that you know well enough that they are going to write a good letter of recommendation for you. All right, next slide. PTK Edge programs. So there are five PTK Edge programs, and these programs are super awesome and for anybody and offered available free to Phi Theta Kappa members. So that is one thing to think about for once you have paid for it and become a Phi Theta Kappa member, everything that's available to you on the website is free to you for you to use. So the Edge programs is one of those important things that you can't pass up. You need to check those out. So Healthcare Edge, even if you're not going into the healthcare field, I recommend taking a look at doing the Healthcare Edge anyways. There's a lot of important information that even people that are not going into the healthcare field can get out of Healthcare Edge. Employment Edge, before you go into the workforce, before you're looking for a job, take the Employment Edge. It will help you get an edge on getting that job, looking for and getting that job. Transfer Edge. So this is for when you're going to transfer to a four-year college, but don't do it right before you're going to transfer to a four-year college. You need to do this at least a year before you transfer into a four-year college. Why? Because it's almost a year-long process for you to write applications and do all the things that you need to do in order to transfer to a four-year college. So do the Transfer Edge probably a year before you're actually going to transfer to a four-year college. Competitive Edge. This is all about professional development, focusing on soft skills. So if you're not sure what soft skills are, you definitely need to check out the Competitive Edge. It's going to help you out a lot, especially working with a group, working with other people, getting you to that next level where employers are going to love hiring you. And you can put this, all of these things can be put on your resumes, your transfers, applications, and scholarship applications. Then last but not least is the Research Edge. So this is not just about research. This offers pro tips all the way through about your Honors in Action. So Honors in Action project, which is the huge project that Phi Theta Kappa does throughout the year and you can get awards for. So, but it's not just for Honors in Action. Every tool that you pick up in your Research Edge, you can use throughout your college career. Highly recommended doing your Research Edge.
All right. So what PTK Connect is that it's a free online search tool, which is used to search for transfer scholarships, colleges, and career pathways. The Connect with Scholarships part of the PTK Connect is for one to compare and research scholarships that are best fit for them so that they can make college very accessible and affordable for them. The Connect with Colleges part of PTK Connect is for a person to research the colleges, compare and research what colleges they need in order to find out which colleges they want to go to. And Connect with Career Pathways part is the one where a person searches for the career that they want to go into, and there they can find the average salary and the job availability for that career. The Leadership Development Series is a very good leadership development program in PTK. It was branded by the W.K. Kellogg Foundation for being exemplary because the Leadership Development Series is taught by using the humanities, and it's taught by using TED Talks and filmmakers and etc. to help people prepare for roles in leadership. It can develop your leadership style. It can make you learn to articulate your vision. It can help you identify skills for effective team building. It can help you learn about conflict resolution. It can help you discuss the role of leaders. It can help you with effective time management and be an effective leader, and also be an ethical leader as well.
The Honors in Action Project is a group research project that gives members the opportunity to research a global issue and help resolve it. Academic research is extremely important because it demonstrates that you have critical thinking and problem-solving skills. Participation will also help demonstrate that you can work with community and college leaders to achieve a shared goal. All of these things will help set yourself apart from other students on campus and build your resume and CV. This will help you when applying for scholarships and applying to transfer. The College Project allows for you to make your campus a better place for students and faculty through this impactful project. The College Project helps foster and build relationships between college administration and the chapter. The project helps demonstrate that you can collaborate on a project that has real impact on your campus. Working on this project will also help set yourself apart from other students on your campus, and it is also really good to put on transfer and scholarship applications.
So, what is the importance of being involved? Well, in consideration of the pandemic, it has become especially crucial to increase chapter presence on campus. Being involved in PTK allows students to gain access to highly sought after networking opportunities. It helps to strengthen your resume, as well as your scholarship and transfer applications. It develops leadership skills, and it also fosters a love of learning and community engagement. Ways to get more involved would be to utilize a hybrid format of both online and in-person events, to create social media accounts such as Remind or Instagram, to create helpful and informative videos, PowerPoints, and games, which there are templates and other materials for if you click the link on the bottom. And lastly, to have a chapter spirit day. Next slide, please. Now, remember when I said that being involved can help enhance your resume and applications? Well, there are several types of awards your chapter can earn to help set you apart as a competitive applicant by showing that you are making a difference by being an active leader in your community. This is a list of the types of awards you can earn, which are Distinguished Chapter, Most Distinguished Chapter, Beta Alpha Continued Excellence, Top 100 Chapters, Distinguished Honors in Action Theme, Distinguished Honors in Action Project, Distinguished College Project, 5-star Chapter Recognition, being on the Hall of Honor for College Administrators, as well as the Hall of Honor for New Presidents, Chief Executive Officers, the Hall of Honor for Retiring Presidents and Chief Executive Officers, the Community Service Award, the Yearbook Award for both traditional and digital, and the winner of the poster project contest.
These are some personal awards that you can win. They are often handed out at the conferences. So the first one is Distinguished Member, Distinguished Chapter Officer, Distinguished Chapter Officer Team, Honors Case Study Challenge Awards, Hall of Honor for Outstanding Officers, Hall of Honor for Outstanding Members, Hall of Honor for Alumni, the Tejas Award, Friend of Texas, Horizon Awards, Distinguished Chapter Advisor Team, Pinnacle Award for Continued Excellence, Most Distinguished Advisor, Continued Excellent Award for Advisors, and Hall of Honor for Advisors. For more details, check out the link attached to the QR code. Next slide, please. So the regional and international events. The first one is the Texas Leadership Conference, which is being held this weekend. It is a networking event that provides acknowledgement and an environment for personal and professional growth. The next one is the Texas Regional Convention, which is in March 10th through the 12th. It is also a way to connect with others and improve your project. The next one is the PTK Catalyst, and it promotes personal and professional development. And the last one is the Texas Honors Institute, which helps guide chapters through the HIA project. Individual and chapter awards are handed out at both the Catalyst and the Texas Regional Convention.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alexandria Flores. Again, my chapter is going to be focusing on what makes you a 5-star chapter and the differences of the levels of engagement for Phi Theta Kappa. So each level provides a way for you to build a strong chapter and take advantage of what all that Phi Theta has to offer. So just like the last group just talked about in the last presentation, just how to gain all those resources. So the deadline to report to your chapter's final level of achievement is January 21st, 2022. The chapter advisor traditionally submits this report, but you should confirm with your advisors. Next slide. Thank you. So let me just speak about the benefits of being a 5-star chapter. So you save time. So you help to organize your chapter's priorities so you can put together a plan of action, start making a difference right away. Because if you have to save time and start being organized, because you want to, for your chapter, you need to realize, okay, do I want to be a 1-star or a 5-star? And those are two different processes, and we're going to talk more about it. So it allows you to set a goal and at a time. So the 5-star plan activities are completed anytime during the January to December calendar year. You're able to be recognized for all your achievements. Just like the last group just talked about, you get those regional awards and all kinds of fun stuff. You've practiced workplace skills. So with being a 5-star chapter, there's a lot of teamwork that goes into this, and working as a team, being accountable, and setting those goals to help with planning these projects. So in your increased college administration support. So when you're doing your college project and your HIA, you're going to be connecting with administration of your college, and you're able to network and work with these administrations and building that relationship you want to have. So the advisors and officer teams are to meet and discuss the chapter's plan at the beginning of the year. And each team to discuss of how and when they want to meet each requirement. Also, when requesting funding for PTK chapter, it's a great resource illustrating what you wanted what your chapter accomplished that last year. So the first level is the 1-star. So it's recognizing academic excellence and building the chapter's foundation. So the chapter can work on multiple levels of the 5-star chapter at the same time. The chapter should complete the following requirements to be considered a 1-star level. So the first step is organize the membership or recruitment campaign. Campaign should include, but not limited to, creating awareness of Phi Theta Kappa among campus faculty and students, inviting eligible students, conducting meetings about the benefits, and holding induction ceremonies. Our chapter, and reporting to members. So chapters are encouraged to allow online acceptance memberships. So visit the membership campaign and website for additional resources. Our system runs on a report eligible for students, campuses in our district. This usually requires a formal request to district data department. So what we did for our first step is every year our college does a club fest, and that year we set up a table, we talked about our club, and we invited students who were eligible to come and join us for a first member meeting. And then we're going to give them information about the benefits of being a Phi Theta Kappa and what they can do to be more involved. So step 2 is submit your chapter's reports to headquarters, uploading the eligibility list, and submitting your annual reports. And this is traditionally done by an advisor. So that's just a big list of all your members and ensuring they're eligible to be a PTK member. And step 3 is the chapter bylaws are approved and on file with headquarters. And so this is a little different. Your advisor will probably know more into this step. And then I'll pass it along to Jacob to talk about the next. Oh, Kelsey, excuse me.
Hi, I'm Chelsea, and I'll be talking about the 2 and 3 star levels. So for the 2-star level, it's really important to have your campaigns in this one. You're really focusing on growth and leadership. This can be done a lot through your presence at college. It's really important to have one person in charge of eligibility for PTK for all of your campuses. That way you don't have to worry about emailing lists as much and organizing all of those. It's also important to meet with your advisors and discuss different duties. So that way you guys don't get confused on who's supposed to be communicating what and that sort of thing. Next slide. Now for the 3-star level, you get to pick one of these things. Sorry, these slides are not right. You can either do a campaign, and in a campaign, the entire chapter runs for regional leadership. You can do the campaign through skits at a regional convention, and in the end, the regional leadership is voted on by the region itself. Another way you can get to the 3-star level is by hosting a leadership role. And that's sort of what we're doing right now with the Sci-Fair campus. You can present important information, share information, and that's really going to help with your professional collaboration skills. You can also participate at regional meetings in order to get to the 3-star level. A regional meeting could be like a fundraiser, like the American Heart Association Heart Walk, or that sort of thing. And then collaborating on the regional level with another campus is another way that you can get to the 3-star level. And that's sort of what we're doing today as well with the Sci-Fair campus, with this workshop. And that's a great way to have professional development. And now I'll pass it on to Jacob.
Oh, the next one, please. Okay, so I'll be talking about the 4-star level. So I don't know if we mentioned this previously, but in order to like move up the levels, you have to have all of the previous levels. So like if you want to go to 3-star, you have to have 2-star completed. So in order to have 4-star, you have to complete all of 3-star. So basically the steps for getting 4-star level, first you have to implement a college project. So we touched on this previously. So with the Sci-Fair group, but basically the college project is a way for your chapter to develop a relationship with the administration and trying to help the college initiative. So like increasing campus enrollment. So that's something we sort of did with our college project, and we're still in the process of doing right now. And it's you typically, so we had to like meet with the president to discuss our college project. And it's way easier to get your college project approved if your college project goals align with the campus's goals. So for example, because of COVID, enrollment was down. So we wanted to touch on enrollment, improve enrollment in the Lone Star. And we are reaching out to other students. We're reaching out to non-traditional students so that we can teach them about the professional development programs, EMT programs, stuff like that. And you also need to enter at least one category in the 2021 regional awards. So this would be like the Hallmark Awards. So submitting your HIA project, college project, you'll be considered for regional awards, and you can get personal awards and the recognition like we talked about previously. Next slide, please. Yeah, thanks. So lastly, the 5-star level, which is developing an honors and honors and action project and getting involved on the international level. So the first step, it's in its name, develop an honors and action project, which we talked about previously, and submit at least 3 entries in the 2022 Hallmark Awards. So our campus, our chapter, we typically do the honors and action college project and the individual award, and that's perfect for us because this works to get our 5-star level. We talked about the honors and action and the college project previously, but not the individual award. But the individual award is when you pretty much like not nominate an individual. It's way easier relative to the honors and action project and college project. So it shouldn't be a problem trying to get the 5-star with the individual award. But the last thing you have to do is to represent the chapter members must participate in in the international level in one of the following ways, which is like PTK Catalyst. It was virtual last year or this year. So it's really easy to get that 5-star. Attend Honors Institute, which we're doing soon. Or you can, like all the chapters officers must complete at least 1 unit in the PTK Edge course. And we talked about that previously, like the transfer edge, the employment edge. So that can be really, really knowledgeable and helpful. And lastly, submit an entry into the Honors Case Study Challenge. And that is it for the 5-star. So you can contact us with this information. So we have Instagram. So the majority of this is Sci-Fair, but we also have an Instagram for, it's at the top, UPPTK. But yeah, there's a lot of ways to contact us. So if you have any questions, please let us know.
And please join us for October 14th, the time management workshop at 2 p.m. Now feel free to DM us if you have any questions about our PTK chapter, or if you just want to talk about both our experience. We would love to hear your opinions and your experience of how you've dealt with the pandemic and the leadership and what we've done and what you've done.
Do we have?
Thank you all for coming. If you have any questions.
Is there any questions? All right, cool. I'm gonna, since we have some time, so I'm gonna. Do we have a question?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, there's a question in the chat.
Let me read it one more time. So what recommendations do you have for a chapter that has never been a 5-star? So my recommendation is to understand what each star represents. And obviously not for every chapter, it's not realistic to be a 5-star your first year, but you can, if you want to shoot for that goal, then go for it. Just understand all the requirements for it. So like in our first slide, we talked about what it takes to just be a 1-star, and look at that and see if you meet the standards. Do you have an advisor who's involved? Do you have how many officers do you have? Are they willing to put in this time and dedication? Because for you to be a 5-star, that's going to, at your first year, that's going to be a lot of work. But if you've been a 3-star, then just understand that you need to have a good team to work with and understand and be able to piggyback off of each other's ideas.
I'd like to add on that. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, so it typically is a lot of work to get the 5-star, but I would definitely also add that communication is key.
Mm-hmm.
So typically with our previous members, like last year, they had way more members than us, and this year we only have 3, so it's only 3 of us pulling all the weight for the to get the 5-star. And a huge thing is, like Alexandria said, is knowing how to get the 5-star, knowing the steps. So you really want to do your research, and it's really important to manage your time well and just communicate well and develop a great relationship with the administration and your partners. So
I completely agree.
Yeah, so yeah, that helps a lot.
So when we were first doing our starting our 5-star process, at the beginning we only had 3 officers, like Jacob said, but we came to the president of our college, and we spoke to him about our college project and his ideas, and he was very open and gave us many ideas and gave us contacts to people to talk to that will be able to help us with this for our project. So connecting and networking with the administration is a great help, and outreach and going to other chapters and asking for their advice and what they've gone through. Because I know a lot of chapters, this isn't their first rodeo of being a 5-star. There's multiple chapters who've done it years and years after each other. So I would suggest you contacting them and asking them how they've done it, what are their experience, what they've seen that did it work for them. Yeah. So I hope that helped. If anyone else has some more questions, feel free to speak up.
I've been trying to jump in here. So I want to offer I want to offer a different perspective when it comes to 5-star. I think that a lot of people are very intimidated by that. And that bothers me. I never want people to be intimidated by the 5-star. The 5-star is perfectly accomplishable with even a small team. When I became advisor of my chapter in like 1802, not quite that old, but it seems like it. No, so when I became the advisor in 2009, I had 3 active members of my chapter, and they were the officers, and that's all we had in the chapter. And I was very hesitant because, they were like, we want to be 5-star next year, because we were a 1-star chapter. That's what I took over. And they said, we want to be 5-star. And I was like, let's try for 3. I let that get in my way. The fear that we couldn't do it, that it was way too much for such a small chapter, and that going from 1 star to 5 just couldn't happen. And thankfully, I had officers who were very stubborn and kept pushing back at me and said, no, we're going to do 5-star. And guess what? They did. So we did it with 3 people and me, and made 5-star, and we've been 5-star ever since. It is perfectly accomplishable in a year's time and with a small team. What you need to do is just look at the plan, what's been said to you, look at that plan and what it entails. And what you'll find is that a lot of the stuff that's in that plan is stuff that a chapter just does anyway. You open enrollment periods, right? You have orientation meetings, you have inductions. That's a lot of what's in there. So if you're doing those basic mechanic things of running a chapter, and then you throw in your honors and action and college project, nobody said it has to win. That's another thing that I find a lot of people have this misconception about. They think that it has to be a winning project. Ours was not a winning project for the first several years because we were still figuring it out. It's that you're trying. So try that college project and honors and action, submit those entries. They were not winning entries when we first started, but we learned every time, right? But you're getting your recognition for your 5-star. You're building towards that, and be involved in the regional international level. That's it. That's all 5-star is. And so if you go into it at the beginning of the year, knowing what you need to do, you're running your chapter, and you just plan for honors and action college project, what you can accomplish. And then you do your regional and international involvement, and you've got your 5-star. And I just want everybody to treat it like you do with your classes. I talk about this every time I talk about 5-star. None of you go into a class saying, I'm going to shoot for a C. Not a one of you goes into a class wanting that. You all shoot for A's. And so you should do the same thing with the 5-star. There's no penalty if you shoot for the 5-star and hit 4, right? So everybody should make a plan to shoot for a 5-star. And then you'll find out more often than not that you're going to hit it, right? Because you made that plan from the beginning to do it. But there are a lot of small chapters. Teresa piped up in the chat about this. She comes from a very small chapter as well. She led her chapter to 5-star status with a very small team. Large and small can do the 5-star. And I think that's one of the best things about Phi Theta Kappa is it's very equitable for chapters of all sizes. So don't be intimidated. Shoot for the A, right? Shoot for the 5-star.
That's what I was going to say too. We're all overachievers in here. So if you're, don't do it like you're doing a college class. You're not aiming for that C or a B, or even a D when you get that for that test. You're going to study and aim for that A. I aim to get 100 on every single test. I study like I want to get 100. So it's the same thing with doing the 5-star, like she said. So, and one thing that my chapter does that I love is that we don't stop when we submit awards. We keep going. We have things scheduled through spring. So we already set up next year's officer team with stuff already being done. So we already have done a workshop. We've already done a resume workshop. We've already done another transfer workshop. We've already done, like we've done workshops. I think we already have set up for the spring semester to co-host with somebody else. So we're not sitting on our hands in the spring semester. We're continuing to work and set up the next officers team and the next year for submitting for a 5-star already. So we don't just leave it out there in the wind for them to pick up whenever the next officer team picks up. We go ahead and we keep busy through the spring semester. It's easier because now the projects are over. You've written your HIA, you've written your college project, you've submitted for all the awards. The spring semester is easy because now all you have to do is worry about the presentations that you're going to do. You don't have the projects to work on anymore. So yeah, just go ahead and start, like as soon as awards and everything have been submitted, you need to start worrying about next year. That's what my recommendation for any chapter is, to go ahead and start worrying about what's coming up next. But all right, yeah, you could even start worrying about what's coming up next before that even happens. So
hey Ross, there's some comments in the chat. Maybe you can address those.
Do you mind if I answer, Ross?
Go right ahead, Ricky.
Okay.
Are you?
I'm gonna combine both of Anna's questions. This is with regards to the 5-star chapter and also getting involved as a brand new inductee. So I'm actually new to Phi Theta Kappa. I was inducted this semester and I became an officer this same semester. I would say that getting involved as soon as possible. So learning about what are your meeting times, who are your officers, things like that, getting close to your officers and being as involved as you can right away helps a lot. Planning. So we planned well ahead of time for a lot of our service projects and other activities that we're doing, like our meetings, and we've changed meetings to fit our schedules as well. So planning well ahead of time before something pops up, that helps a lot. We plan months in advance. And then also doing something you're passionate about, not just doing it for the resume, just to put something on your resume. Do something that you actually enjoy. So for instance, with us, some of our service projects are donations. And one of those donations was for school supplies. So we helped to restock our empowerment center here on campus. And that's something that hits close to home with us because, with the pandemic and school supplies going out of stock, it was really difficult for a lot of families to get their hands on school supplies. And then also taking into account not getting paid, maybe people got laid off, or maybe they weren't receiving the funding that they needed for school. So that helped a lot. Our research project is also based on something that we're super passionate about as well. Ross, he's a vegan, so we're doing a research project centered around that. And our college project as well is something we're also passionate about. It's a gap that we noticed in our school, and we helped create a peer mentoring program. So we're actually embedded into the students' D2L module.
Right, but we planned that stuff way ahead of time and began those things. We began those projects at the beginning of the summer, right after graduation. So okay, are there any more questions? If not, I would like to touch back on our conventions. So we are going to be able to go back to in-person conventions starting in spring. Is that correct? Am I popping a bubble here? We hope. Anyways, so
that's what we're hoping for. Yes, that's what we're planning for.
Since I'm taking my bachelor's degree at Lone Star, I'm in the unique position of being in Phi Theta Kappa for my 3rd year. And so I remember going to conventions in person, and it is one of the greatest things on the planet, going to a Phi Theta Kappa convention, because right when you walk into the door and you see thousands of people that have worked their butt off to be there, and they all aspire to do great things. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing roller coaster ride. And you get to talk to people that have high goals. You get to introduce yourselves, network with new people. The speakers are always top tier speakers. I learn a lot from the speakers. And then going into small groups, having small groups where you have fun and play games, or learn more about yourself, learn more about how other people think, and more about the diversity of the people around you. It's just an amazing, amazing place to be. So this next semester, in the spring semester, our first conference that we get to go to is the Texas Regional Convention. And this is an amazing place because it's everyone across, it's all of the chapters from across Texas. And we meet in one spot. Okay. And the amazing part of this convention, I mentioned all those other things, but the amazing part of this convention is to the award ceremony on Saturday. So you dress up, you put on your suit, you put on your gown, you wear your heels to the nines, dress up. Because if you win an award and you go up on stage and you get your picture taken, you want to look great, right? So the award ceremony is great. There's a dinner involved. There's a dance usually afterwards. That's a lot of fun. It's just a good time for everybody. And I haven't been to a Catalyst yet, but I am so excited to go to Catalyst in Denver this next spring. I have only heard how great Catalyst is because my first year in Phi Theta Kappa, it got canceled because of COVID and we did it virtually. But this is the place where you get to take any awards that you have won, or any awards that you can pin or hang around your neck, and put them on, pin them to your shirt, and wear them around like you are prideful about what you did this year. Okay. So I'm actually curious, can we wear awards that we wore won on previous years?
Yes.
All right. I have awards to wear then. Lots of them. All right. So pins and stuff. Yeah. So you get to wear awards. So this is an international convention. It is not just the Texas region. It is everyone across the United States meeting in one place. So it's huge. And it's just sounds amazing meeting people from all over the United States. I can only imagine that the speakers get better at Catalyst, right? These speakers get better and the sessions get better. So Catalyst sounds amazing. It's going to be in Denver in spring. So hopefully we get to go. Right? And the great thing about going to conferences and being a part of conferences in Phi Theta Kappa is Phi Theta Kappa pays for it. So it comes out of, you don't have to pay for the hotel. You don't have to pay to enter the convention. The food is paid for, all of that stuff. It's paid for by Phi Theta Kappa. You earned going there by all of the work you did throughout the year. So
well, I'll just interject. I'll say that's the case for most chapters.
Oh, that's the case. I'm sorry. That's the case.
There are some chapters that have to fundraise.
Yeah.
Okay. Teresa's often has to fundraise.
Okay.
Kai does, but most chapters do have nice, but in Texas at least, it's not the same in all regions. But do have budgets that allow for that. Absolutely.
I have great ideas for fundraising. So if you want help for ideas for fundraising, please let me know. I have some ideas for fundraising, which I think I'm going to bring forward to my chapter because I've been thinking about it probably for about a week now, but because we haven't been able to, that's another thing that's great about going to conventions is what's it called? Where you can go and purchase Phi Theta Kappa gear from vendors, like from other chapters.
Marketplace?
Yeah, the marketplace. So the marketplace, I love going to the marketplace because they have the old PTK gear that you can purchase, like shirts and hoodies. I have two different hoodies. I have a zip up hoodie and a pullover hoodie. that I got at convention. I have like 3 or 4 different shirts that I got at convention that you can't find on the Phi Theta Kappa website because they're made by other chapters. So if you have to do fundraising, I'm just going to put this out there. I'm going to do this myself, I think. There are websites that allow you to, I'm going to put it out just to let y'all know. So there are websites out there where you can create a t-shirt design and then market your t-shirt design to people that want to buy it. And then people go to that website and they purchase the shirt, and it gets printed and sent to them straight from the manufacturer. And then
Ross,
you make money off of it.
Sorry to interrupt, Ross. You have a question in the chat.
I do?
Yes.
Oh. Is there still time to be a 5-star chapter this year? Mary Linda is nodding her head yes. Yes. So when you submit awards is in January, towards the end of January. So you do have time, right? You have time to, Leslie, are you speaking? And
Yeah.
I'm on mute.
Mary, when is the deadline by? I don't.
It's towards the end of January.
For which?
For HIA and college project.
So that's going to be January 19th. Yeah, 19th. Individual hallmarks will be due on January 12th. You don't report your 5-star until January 21st. Now, whatever you do has to be for projects and activities completed within this calendar year. And so Ross is absolutely correct. Yes, you can still be 5-star. You can still put together an honors in action. You can still put together a college project. It doesn't necessarily mean that it would be winning, although I've seen it. But it's just about you get the projects done. And you do all your activities by December 31, and then you get your entries submitted and your 5-star. So it would be a heavy lift. Don't get me wrong, right? Because this is October. But I never tell Phi Theta Kappans that I learned that. I told y'all this. I learned that. I don't tell them what they can and can't do in a year's time or even a couple of months' time. It can happen.
What about chapter acceptance of isn't that part of 5-star chapter acceptance of PTK membership? No,
your acceptance rate is not part of your 5-star.
Okay, shows what I know. Anyway, it's good to have the dates in hand, right? And heads up on trying to submit last minute. Get in there early rather than late, because sometimes web pages do funny things when a lot of people are in there at once trying to do the same thing. So what's in the chat? Is there more in the chat?
There aren't any more, but I would like to go back and say that it's important to stress communication. Communication is key. I know that's a cliche, but it really helps to talk to your officers and even set impromptu meetings. Like for instance, Ofisu, he's a new member. He just recently became involved, but he's already helping so much. So we have the privilege of having other members helping us, especially since we have 4 officers taking on the roles of 8. So there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that the members are helping with, and we have the privilege of having them help us.
We love our chapter members.
All right. Well, I mean, we have other workshops coming up. We have other workshops scheduled for later this year. I think we have a resume workshop coming up in December. Are we going to try and do our symposium for online? Are we trying to do that virtually also?
We should try
for a speaker. Okay. I'm pretty sure we're going to try to have our speaker be virtual. So we have a symposium on our HIA project coming up, which is on superbugs and how superbugs are created, which is the main part of our research project. I think it's pretty funny. We had a good giggle about this earlier this year, that we are Beta Lambda Mu, and our what's it called? Our mascot is a cow, and our main part of our project is on cow crap. So, and how cows are treated, and how superbugs are created because of how cows are treated on animal farms. So we got a good laugh about that earlier this year. Ashley has her hand up. Do you have something to add, Ashley?
Yeah, first of all, I love y'all's college project topic. That's awesome. But also, I just wanted to say great job to Sci-Fair and University Park for presenting today. And just to everybody watching this, I do want to say your Phi Theta Kappa is not just by yourself. You know, you have these huge teams. You have your officer team, your chapter, your advisors, but then you also have a whole regional team here. I'm one of the district VPs and one of the regional officers, and we're always here to answer any questions you guys may have and to guide you. So if some of the things today you're like, what even is that? Reach out to us and we can help guide you through this and help you reach the goals that you want to implement with your chapter. Professor Linder's our regional coordinator, and she has so much knowledge. There's not even a word for how much knowledge she has about all this stuff, and she's extremely supportive. So definitely, kind of like they said, you know, reach for the stars, reach for the 5 stars, and reach out to people in order to help you get these goals. It sounds like a lot, but really it's just setting goals and following through with your plans.
Make sure to have fun. There are a lot of posts I see, especially on the TikTok, on the Texas PTK TikTok and Phi Theta Kappa TikToks. Those are hilarious.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun too. I think a lot of times people are like, that's so much, but with these projects and with these conferences and with all these events, it's always going to be fun involved while you're also learning and increasing your skills. So definitely you won't regret being involved and just doing all things Phi Theta Kappa.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Ashley. I agree. All of the regional officers are very eager to help. You've got Brady here, you've got Ashley here, you've got your regional president, Anna here. You've got a former regional officer here. Don't forget to reach out to former ROs as well. They're always happy to help. They've got a lot of experience. And then your alumni, right? Like always, I can't promote the alumni enough. We have very supportive alumni in the Texas region. And it's one of the things that you'll see when you get to start going to international events, right? And it's going to happen in the spring because we're just going to keep saying it's going to happen. But you'll see that not all, just like we know not all chapters operate the same, not all regions operate the same or have the same resources. And we're very blessed in Texas to have a supportive alumni network, and they're always eager to help. And so if you're ever struggling as a chapter and need guidance, yes, reach out to your regional officers. Yes, reach out to me, but don't forget to reach out to the TRAA, the Texas Regional Alumni Association, always eager to help. And they have a lot of experience. And so like, they get so excited that like, you want our help, we're there. So don't ever hesitate to reach out to them. Thank you to both of our chapters today for presenting a lot of really great information. We appreciate this so much. We know this is going to be helpful to a lot of chapters and a lot of new members as they learn more about Phi Theta Kappa. So thank you. And thank you to all of our attendees watching today live and those who are watching in the recording. We appreciate it.
Please don't hesitate to reach us on our socials or emails.
Absolutely.